Before I get started off with the video, I really do apologize that I didn't upload today. Just really, trying to grind out the final, parts of the season. Like I told you guys, I'm only showing y'all key games and stuff like that. And, that's really all we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing every single game this season because, dude, it would take forever. And there's really no sense in playing games that have really no value to them or no significance. I mean, obviously every game is you know, pretty significant, but regardless of that, we're gonna go ahead and hop into my top 15 favorite colorways. All right, these are colorways that um, you know, Michael Jordan wore throughout his career, and you know, they're obviously real shoes. All right, these are not customs that I made. You can buy these yourself. But regardless of that, these are probably, I don't know if I want to rank them by my favorite colorways or whatever I want to do with it. I don't really know. We'll just have to wait and see about that one. But I'm probably gonna do my favorite ones though, just because it's kind of really hard to rank these, dude. I just sat here for like 20 to 30 minutes ranking these. But regardless of that, let me dive into my list really quick. All right. Let me see. All right. So now I do have an honorable mention. Now don't flame me for this honorable mention because it is a 13. And starting off at number 15, we have the Jordan 13 Flint. All right, this colorway right here, listen to me. This is probably one of my favorite colorways of the Jordan 13 that there is. All right, you got the Flints, you got the Dirty Bread 13s, or the Bread 13s as they're called. You got the Cap and Gown 13s, which just recently dropped. You got the Olive 13s, which my cousin has some of those, and when he was wearing them one night when we went out to the movies and stuff like that, when we went bowling, bro, like I have the perfect joggers and the perfect outfit that will go with them. But regardless of that, the Flint Gray 13s are an honorable mentions, or it's an honorable mention on the list. It didn't quite make it, but regardless of that, we're gonna go ahead and start with my least favorite Jordan and work on the way up. All right, so these rankings are probably gonna mess with some people's minds, but regardless of that, we're gonna head to number 14. All right, so my number 14 favorite shoe. This is probably my least favorite out of the brand, and it's the Jordan 2. All right, the Jordan 2. This is the Chicago colorway. I think Michael Jordan broke his foot that season when this shoe dropped. So that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people don't like it, is because Jordan didn't really wear it on the court a whole lot. Because, like I said, he broke his foot. And the Chicago Bulls, I don't think they made the playoffs that season. And he didn't really wear it a lot. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I guess if I wore it more, or if I got a pair and I wore them, a lot of people would look at me like, why did you get those? But depending on the outfit you wear, like you can wear like an all white t-shirt, a pair of skinny blue jeans, or like with like a red jacket or something like that. You would pull this off. You could easily pull this off. But regardless of that, it ranks in at number 14 on my list. All right. So number 13, this one is a shoe that he wore against you know, what's his name? Charles Barkley in the playoffs. I think this was when they won maybe their fourth championship, I want to say. I don't remember. But regardless of that, it's the Jordan 8. All right, this is the aqua colorway of the Jordan 8. You could have easily went with the three peats, or the South Beach colorway that just recently came out. It doesn't matter which colorway you go with, but for me, it's the aquas. I love this colorway. Just the hints of blue and purple and all that. You could almost use this as a Charlotte Hornets colorway. It's not that hard. You can easily do it. But regardless of that, it's my 13th favorite shoe in the Jordan shoe line of his retros. And yeah, the Jordan 8 is number 13 on my list. So moving on to number 12. This is going to be a shocker for some people, but we're going to have to go with the Jordan 10. All right, now, don't get me wrong. The Jordan 10 is a really good basketball shoe. Obviously, Kemba Walker, he hoops in it a lot. You know, he said it's like really good cushioning and the traction. You know, he stops on a dime and everything else. But regardless of that, this is the double nickel colorway. The reason it's called the double nickel colorway is because Michael Jordan wore this shoe the night he came back. I think it was his first game back from retirement where they faced the New York Knicks. And he dropped like 55 points, hence the name double nickel because there's 2 5s there. You know what I'm saying? But yes, he wore this colorway right here. Obviously, it's missing some things like the 2. I think it's like a 5 and a 5 on the side. You know, hence the name of why it's called the double nickel. But regardless of that, the double nickel 10s ranks number 12 on my list as my favorite shoe. All right. Moving on to number 11. This is also going to be a shock to some people. The Jordan 7. All right, this is the Barcelona Knights colorway. This shoe right here, I don't really know the name or the story behind this. I guess when they were out in Barcelona for the Olympic Games or something like that, Michael Jordan just got the idea of, you know, hey, you know, it's really vibrant out here in Barcelona, so why not make a shoe that, you know, I guess entitles, you know, how beautiful Barcelona is or how flamboyant it is. But regardless of that, the Jordan 7, you know, ranks in number 11th on my list. Not really a shoe that I can really pull off because I'm a small guy. Some of my more, you know, favorite shoes that I like to wear based off of the way I look are the 1s, the 4s, the 3s. I can pull off the 6s a little bit. You know, maybe the 13s, but regardless of that, the Jordan 7, really good shoe. You can wear the, you know, you could have chose the Olympics, the Pantone 7s, which are really dope. It's a really dope colorway, but I just chose the Barcelona Knights because I love the colorway itself. But regardless of that, the Jordan 7 ranks in number 11 on my list. All right, moving into our top 10. All right, this is where things start to get a little spicy. All right, moving into the number 10 spot on our list, we have the Jordan 9. All right, and this is the bread colorway. You could easily have said, you know, they have the olive 9s, which are, I guess you could say it's like a really depressive shoe or a depressing shoe or whatever. You have the olive 9s. I think you have, like they're black and white and they got hints of red on them. I don't know what the name of that colorway is, but I just chose the bread colorway of this because the red hints, like the subtle red hints and just the all black on the shoe, it really makes the red pop out. But regardless of that, I don't really know too much about the history behind the Jordan 9. I think the reason why most people don't really mess with this shoe, I want to say it was because this shoe came out when he retired, I want to say. So most people didn't really wear it like that because he wasn't really stunting it like that. But regardless of that, the Jordan 9 ranks in number 10 on my list. All right, moving into number 9. This is probably gonna mess with some people. I have the Jordan 14, the Ferrari colorway. All right, now let me be clear. The reason why, you know, I have this shoe above the bread colorway is because of the meaning behind this shoe. Obviously, Michael Jordan is a really big car guy, and one of his favorite cars is the Ferrari. And this shoe right here, I mean, bro, this shoe turns heads. Like, when I say this thing turns heads, it really does. Like, I've seen people wear it in person. You know, I've had people try to trade me for this shoe, but obviously, you know, back then I wasn't really big of a shoe head, so I didn't really know the historical significance of this shoe. But it's meant to resemble the Ferrari. You got the wing on the side. You got those little side skirts right there on the side. You got the Ferrari badge with the Jordan logo right there on the side of the shoe. But really, you know, people know this shoe because of the back and the little logo on the side. That's the reason most people know this shoe. But regardless of that, the Jordan 14 is ranked number 9 on my list. All right, moving into the number 8 spot, we have the Jordan 12. All right, now I know what you got. Don't roast me. Don't roast me just yet. Okay. The Jordan 12 flu game is ranked number 8 on my list. Okay. Now, the Jordan 12 flu game. The reason it's called the flu game is obviously because during a playoff game, I think it was in 96, I think it was, Michael Jordan dropped, it was 47 points against the Utah Jazz. I think it was like game 5 of the finals or something like that. Was it 96? It might have been 97. I think it was 96 because Jordan wore the 14 in 98 when he hit the last shot against the Jazz. So I think it was 96. I could be wrong. But regardless of that, Michael Jordan scored 47 points with the flu that game, and he was rocking this iconic colorway right here. When he fell into Scottie Pippen's arms, that was probably one of the most iconic moments in NBA history. So, regardless of that, the colorway is dope. I love this colorway. You could have put the taxis on here. You could have put the French Blue 12s on there. You could have put you could have put the Master 12s on there. It doesn't really matter. But the flu game, I think, ranks above all the Jordan 12s, and that's really about it for that. So the Jordan 12 ranks number 8 on my list. Moving into number 7. All right. This is a shoe that I actually have, not this colorway, but I have the Jordan 6. If you guys have seen my sneaker collection vlog that I done, go check those out. I have 2 of them on the channel. I think it's about time to put up a third one. Maybe. I don't know. I just picked up a pair of Air Max 270s. Obviously, y'all know what the 270 is. But regardless of that, there might be a shoe, another shoe vlog coming up. So be on the lookout for that. But regardless of that, the Jordan 6 Infrared. Alright, now I know what you guys are thinking. Why didn't you put the Carmine on here? Like, where is the Pantone 6, or, the Wings 6, or whatever you want to call it, alright? Because the Infrared, this shoe turns freaking heads, man. Regardless of if it has a Jumpman on the back or a Nike swoosh on the back, it's gonna garner attention, bro. Just the overall black tone of the shoe. Then you got the icy bottoms. I tried to replicate that, but it's kind of hard replicating icy bottoms on 2K. And then just the hints of red throughout the shoe, or infrared. Man, listen. This shoe turns heads. Would I say it's better than the Carmine? I don't know, man. I love the Carmine to death, but regardless of that, the Jordan 6 Infrared for me, man, it's one of the most beautiful shoes like I've ever seen in my life. And I think Jordan said he wanted a shoe that, he could easily slip on to his feet. So, that's why it has that really big tongue. And then it has the pull tab at the back. And also the pull tab looks like the spoiler on a car. I think he was trying to resemble the Porsche for this one. I could be wrong on that as well. But I think Michael Jordan, the person that designed Michael Jordan's shoes said he was going for a more car look on this one. Like a more... It looked like you were running faster. You know what I'm saying? And Michael Jordan was a really athletic player. So when he wore this shoe, that was really it right there. Like you couldn't touch him. And I think the Jordan 6 was the first shoe that he won a championship in. I could be wrong about that, but I think it was the Jordan 6. So it ranks number 7 on my list. All right. Moving in to number 6. All right, we have the Jordan 5. Now, this is the black grape colorway. Obviously, I could have put the white grape one on here, but I just love the black grape one better just because the black and purple, I think black and purple goes better than white and purple. I could be wrong about that, you know what I'm saying, depending on what you like. You know, obviously the white grapes could have made this list, but I don't know, man. I just like the black grape colorway, but the story behind this shoe right here is Jordan wanted this shoe to resemble like a warfighter plane. The planes back then had like the teeth on them, which is the, you know, the turquoise looking teeth right there on the side of the shoe. I think with the netting on the side, I think it resembles, I guess just, I don't know what the netting resembles. I really couldn't tell you, but the teeth on the side are supposed to represent like a fighter plane, and I guess Jordan just maybe, you know, thought that was cool to have put on a shoe. So the Jordan 5, that's the inspiration behind that. But regardless of that, the white grape colorway was rocked by Will Smith in an episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I think that's also what made that shoe so iconic. People called them the Fresh Princes, the Fresh Prince 6s, or whatever you want to call them. But they're just commonly known as the grapes. But regardless of that, the Jordan 5 ranks number 6 on my list. All right. Now, we are moving into the top 3, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Spartans and Spartanas. The top 5 right here. Did I just say the top 3? If I just said the top 3, I apologize. But we're moving into the top 5. And, you know, these can be interchangeable. These can be switched out for one or another. But I feel like I made the right choice. For my number 5 shoe on this list, we're going to go with the Jordan 3. Now, the Jordan 3 holds a high place with me because of, you know, the history behind it. Alright, so this is the black cement colorway. The colorway that made the Jordan 3 so iconic was, I think it was the freaking, what's it called? The white and the red colorway. I think it's called the, it's not the True Blues, it's not the Motorsports or any of those. It, you know, they released it this year. It's called the Free Throw Line colorway, but it's the colorway that Michael Jordan jumped from the free throw line with, and he done like the windmill in the air with, and he was sticking out his tongue, and he had the gold chain around his neck, you know what I'm saying? But that's what made the Jordan 3 so iconic, was that dunk contest that he won when he was wearing the Jordan 3. The Jordan 3 is one of the most iconic Jordans of all time, and the black cement colorway, it just does it for me, you know what I'm saying? This is the first shoe to ever feature elephant print, or the first Jordan to have elephant print on it, and the ingenuity, man, like, it's really freaking dope. And I think one of the more underrated things that people don't really talk about is how ingenuitive, you know, Michael Jordan's designers were back then. You know what I'm saying? For Jordan to be walking around with these on his feet, everybody wanted them. Kids, you know, even other players might have wanted them. You know, announcers and, you know, Jordan's fans. Regardless of that, everybody wanted a pair of these shoes. So, regardless of that, though, the Jordan 3 Black Cement is probably one of my favorite Jordan 3s. The True Blues, the Motorsports, you know, any of those shoes will really, you know, could rank on here. But regardless of that, the Jordan 3 ranks number 5 on my list. Alright, so moving on to number 4, we have the Jordan 13. Alright, so, but this time, we're going with the bread colorway. Man, y'all knew this was coming. If y'all didn't know this was coming, man, y'all sleep on the Jordan 13 bread colorway. Alright, so, I don't really know the history behind the 13s or whatever. But, oh yeah, I do. I had to think about it. So, if you look on the bottom of this shoe right here, it sort of resembles the panther's foot or the panther's paw or whatever. Jordan was, other than Jordan being known as his airness, they called him the Black Cat or something like that. Like, he was like slick, you know what I'm saying? He was very stealthy, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could come up behind you on a chase down block and you not hear him coming. Similar to LeBron, but I think Jordan done it better. But regardless of that, we're not going to talk about that. But this shoe was meant to resemble the bottom of a panther's foot or paw or whatever. And, yeah. I think that's what they were going with here. But regardless of that, the bread colorway is probably one of the dopest colorways I've ever seen on this shoe. The Flints, the He Got Games, the cap and gowns, any of those colorways could have been put on here, but I just think the bread is probably the best looking Jordan 13 that there is. So it ranks number 4 on my list, the Jordan 13. Now we're moving into the top 3, and this is where things get really, really, really spicy, really dicey. Like I said, the top 5 can be interchangeable, but these top 3 ones, I mean, it can go either way. It can go either way. So, the number 3 shoe, or the number 3 Jordan on my list, goes to the number 4. Now, the Jordan 4, it just ranks so high for me because, obviously, I have a pair of Jordan 4s. I have the Flight Nostalgia 4s. The Pale Citrons, whatever you want to call them. They have many names. But regardless of that, this shoe just ranks so high for me because, it was one of the first shoes to, feature, I think it was a certain feature. I think it was the airbag or the airbag that's in the side of the shoe. I think it was one of the first ones to do that. It might have been one of the first shoes to feature herringbone. I think I remember hearing somebody say that about it. But I think it was watching Jordan play in it as well. Watching him take off from the free throw line, watching him do windmills with his tongue out and, doing 360s. Whatever it was that Jordan was doing, watching him do it in this shoe just made it that much more iconic. And, obviously, you guys are seeing a lot of bread colorways. Bread stands for black and red, basically, if you didn't know that. I know some people don't really know that, the history behind these shoes. But, black and red is what bread means. So, yeah. That's about it. But regardless of that, the Jordan 4 is one of the most sleekest Jordans of all time, and but it just doesn't outrank these next 2. So, the Jordan 4 obviously ranks number 3 on the list. So, the number 2 Jordan, oh Lord, I hate to say what it is. There's only 2 left, you guys. And depending on who you are, these can rank either way. But I had to do it. The Jordan 11 bread ranks number 2 on my list. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Why, Spartan? Why? What did the Jordan 11 bread do to you? Nothing. Nothing at all, man. Listen, the Jordan 11 bread was made iconic by Jordan. I think he won his 4th championship in these, or it was something like that, or it was either his 3rd, I think. I don't really remember, but Michael Jordan just made this shoe very, very iconic. And, you know, just the black and the red colorway on it, like, and it was one of the first shoes to feature patent leather. I mean, this shoe is one of the most beautiful shoes I've ever seen in my life. We got a person watching the video. What's up? I appreciate you stopping by. Just everything about this shoe, just, oh my god, dude. When I first seen a pair of these, I was like, you know what? One of these days, I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy them. So, when I was in high school, I want to say I was a sophomore or a junior, I went out and bought the Legend Blue 11s, which were, they were called the Columbia 11s, but then, you know, Legend Blue just, I guess was one of the names that was thrown to it. But yeah, I didn't have the money to get the breads, so I just got the Legend Blue 11s. But regardless of that, the 11s are one of my favorite shoes of all time. And the only reason it doesn't rank number one for me is because of the translucent bottoms on the, you know, the Jordan 11. When you wear them 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 times, the soles begin to turn yellow, and you got a problem on your hands. Especially if you can't keep them clean or you just don't really care about them. Yeah. So, I know that's a minor gripe. I know it's a minor inconvenience, but if you can keep these shoes clean, the Jordan 11, it will treat you good for a long time. But regardless of that, the Jordan 11 ranks number 2 on my list. And y'all should know what number 1 is. If you don't know what number 1 is, just go ahead and slap yourself on the forehead right now. Just slap yourself on the forehead. The Jordan 1 brand. Let me just drop the controller for a minute. The Jordan 1 bread. Listen to me. This is the shoe that started it all. When Michael Jordan wore this shoe, I think this shoe was debuted in 84? I think it was 84. Because Michael Jordan got drafted in 84, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was 84 when Jordan got drafted. And this shoe, man, Lord Jesus Christ. This shoe right here, when Michael Jordan wore this shoe, you guys, everybody, and this is where the slogan comes from, everybody wanted to be like Mike, okay? Everyone wanted the pair of the fancy shoes. They wanted to feel the sensation of flying, because when Michael Jordan wore these shoes, that's exactly what my man was doing. He was jumping over people. It don't matter if you were 5 foot. It didn't matter if you were 7 foot. Michael Jordan will jump either over you, or he will jump on your back. He will dunk on you. It didn't matter. Jordan could do it all. And the Jordan 1 bread, or it was called the band colorway, or whichever one you want to do. But this shoe kicked off Michael Jordan's legacy. This is probably the most famous Jordan of all time. Next to the 11 and the 4s and the 3s and, you know, the 12s. Alright? But for me, it ranks number 1 on my list. And there's that. But regardless of that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was a little different from what we normally do on here. I've done a couple of these videos back on 2K18 and 2K19, so I keep on just doing these videos. I hope you guys enjoy them. If you don't really want to see them anymore, you know, just throw it in the comment section like, hey, we don't care about your shoes or whatever. I'll listen to you guys. You guys really set the trend for the channel, so I really do appreciate it. But judging by the title of this video, you may be wondering, what other build you talking about using, Spartan? Well, I'll show you. The Stretch 4, ladies and gentlemen. So, I have a Stretch 4 build that I'm probably going to start using maybe whenever I finish up the Baby KD series. I might go ahead and you know, do a series on the Stretch 4. And yeah, I might do a series on my Stretch 4. I don't know what team we're going to go to. I will have to look up and see who needs a good power forward. But regardless of that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on your post notifications so that way you don't miss a video when I upload. Y'all know where to find my boys' links there on the channel. Y'all go check them out as well. But regardless of that, stay motivated, stay dedicated, and I will check you guys out in the next one. Peace out.